Welcome to today's video. See, what we experience, what we are going through, we always think it's just us. We always think, why do I have to go through this? And then every time I tap into the community, whether I reach out and speak to other friends or I see other YouTube videos online and I'm reading hundreds of comments, until then, I realize that what we are experiencing is also collectively happening in everyone. That everyone is going through something similar. So this connection that we have to everyone is profound. And you cannot ignore this connection that we have to every single person on this planet. And those who are more sensitive, those who are more in tune with energy, with vibration, with feeling, those people are going to be more receptive, right? They're going to be more aware of what they're experiencing. They're going to be more aware of what's happening as well in the collective. So over time for me, I was very numb, okay? And a lot of people may even resonate with this. I used to smoke and drink alcohol. I used to do drugs. I used to eat a lot of unhealthy food. I used to distract myself. I was very numb to my own emotions, my own feelings. I was very numb to the outside world energy. So I had no idea, no awareness, no real clarity on what I was experiencing internally. And when I did experience something internally, it would just manifest as some physical illness, right? I would get the flu, or I'd get a headache, or I'd feel like sick and I'd want to throw up, or I'd have anxiety, right? It would surface as something that is not so deep. It would surface as something that is more surface level, rather than me actually connecting to my body and going a bit deeper into understanding what that feels like. What is that I'm experiencing? And sometimes what I was experiencing may not have also been mine. And this was a hard pill for me to swallow along my journey, but it was a big eye-opening realization. It was like such an aha moment when I figured out that I wasn't always experiencing my own personal stuff, that I was feeling other people's stuff. And that was like, oh my God, if it's not mine, if it's not what I'm experiencing, then whose is it? Am I picking up energy from my environment? Am I picking energy up from my friends, from my family, from my work colleagues? And this baffled me. And it was quite good as well, because I realized that, oh my God, had this big sense of relief that I wasn't just experiencing stuff and pain in my body that was mine, it was someone else's, and I was just picking it up. So it helped me to disidentify with everything that I experienced. And I started to understand that when I would walk into a room and pick up vibrations, feelings, I used to think something was wrong with me. And I would get so down on myself and think that I need to fix me. And then I realized, oh wow, I'm just in tune with the energy of this environment. I'm in tune with the person I'm sitting next to. So at the start of your journey, we can pick up on people's energy. We can pick up on environments, and we can get very much caught up in the hermit mode, right? Where we don't want to go anywhere. We just want to seclude ourselves from the real world. We don't go into any shopping centers. We don't want to go to any cinemas. We don't want to go on any public transport. We just don't want to really be around anyone. We just want to be in our own. We want to be in nature. We want to be just in peace. And this is because we're feeling the energy of nature, right? Compared to the energy of being in the city. We're feeling the energy of someone in a high vibration compared to feeling an energy of someone in a lower vibration. So these energies that we become receptive to feeling, at the start it becomes very overwhelming. But over time we learn that they're not ours, and we can actually create an energetic field around our aura and actually expand our aura. When our aura is expanded more wide and it's more strong, okay, when it's stronger and we have that protection and we're walking around with more grounded strength connected to the earth, then we can no longer be so receptive to everything that's connected externally. Now, it's such a beautiful thing to feel, such a beautiful thing to experience, to be vulnerable. Especially as a man, there's a lot of conditioning around us males not being able to process and feel our emotions. We're often very emotionally unavailable. And we put on these macho characters. And then that builds a lot of anger, we build a lot of sadness, we build a lot of repressed emotions that do not get expressed because it's shamed upon, it's not allowed because we're a man. And what happens is all that repressed energy ends up building, and it causes a lot of negative things in our life, a lot of stress. It will come up as a lot of anxiety, panic attacks, suicide, depression. It will really come up, and when it comes up, it's overwhelming, right? So we want to be able to feel and clear those emotions as we can, especially as a man. And this can also be for a female who is more masculine orientated, right? Females learn to be more masculine orientated so that they also aren't in tune with their emotion, with their energetic body, with the emotional body. They're not in tune with that. And so they can also be quite numb to that. So as we learn to be more open, right, but at the same time more grounded, this is a great balance that we will navigate along our journey. A balance of being in the feminine and a balance of being in the masculine. A balance of connecting to the heavens, connecting to our intuition, connecting to the cosmos, and a balance of connecting to the earth, connecting to our feet, connecting to our roots, right? And have that groundedness so we can walk around. And then we can have a good balance of the earth and the heaven and bring them together. As below, so above. So if you are sensitive still in your journey, a good thing to know when you are out, when you are around friends and you're feeling a certain way, you're feeling a bit off, check in. Ask yourself, is that my energy that I'm experiencing? Is that my energy that I'm feeling, or is that somebody else's? Is that my friend? Is that my work colleague? Is it the environment that I've stepped into and now all of a sudden I'm not feeling as good as I did prior? And this is something that really helped me, was the contrast. When you start to experience higher levels of consciousness, when you start to vibrate at a higher frequency and you just feel good, you feel good naturally, you don't need anything to feel good. One of the biggest things you will understand is the contrast of certain things that take you out of that bring your vibration down. It may be foods, it may be something you listen to, something you watch. It may be certain people you spend time with. It could be an environment. There are many things that can bring your vibration down. And because of that contrast, you're going to know, ooh, something's off. I'm not feeling that light as much anymore. And of course, we're not always going to be in a super high vibration all of our life. But it's good to have at least that baseline understanding so that we can know the contrast of what we are feeling and experiencing, and knowing, okay, perhaps it was this, perhaps it wasn't something that I need to work with. It's not some deep trauma that needs to be looked at. It could just be simple as I've picked up certain energy, okay? So whatever we can control in our life, I encourage you to try and control it your best. Try and add pluses to your life, things that are going to raise your vibration up instead of things that are going to lower your vibration, that are minuses. So whatever we can control in our life, we can try to do our best, because there are certain things in our life, of course, that we can't control. So control what you can. So I hope you enjoyed today's video on connecting and feeling energy, because that energy that you experience, that you feel, is not always yours. And if you can separate yourself from that energy with awareness and not identify with that energy and go, oh, it's mine, it's me, this is who I am. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Take a step back, take a breath, meditate. What is that? And when you separate yourself, when you disidentify from your experience, you will see that you are not your experience. You are something way beyond that. And you can see it from a new lens. And when you see it from a new lens, you're then able to shift and transform that energy, because you're no longer one with that energy. You are now separate from that energy. And when you're separate from the energy, you can allow it to shift. You can see it, but not get destroyed by it. It's like something very heavy. Say it's 100 kilos worth of weight. And if you're carrying the 100 kilos of weight with you, and you're identifying with this weight, it's going to be very intense. It's going to cause you a lot of grief, pain, struggle, challenge. You want to let this thing go. And the moment that you just put that weight down, take a step back, you can see, yes, it's heavy. Yes, it's 100 kilos right there. But what changes? You're lighter all of a sudden. You're not carrying 100 kilos with you anymore. You're just looking at it because you've put it down. So this is what we do in life with our problems, with negative energy, with pain and suffering. We carry it and we identify with it. It's mine. Poor me. And we walk around carrying it. But the moment we can just put it down, create some space, we can see it for what it is, we no longer carry around that burden, that negative energy with us anymore. So when you're out in an environment, you're feeling off, you're feeling overwhelmed, something's wrong, take a step back. Is it yours or is it someone else's? Did I pick up on this or is it mine? And most often you're going to find it's not yours, because who you are at your core is pure light, pure high vibrational energy. And there is nothing that is dark that is who you are. There is nothing heavy, there is nothing disgusting, there is nothing painful. All of those things are an illusion. There are things that you've picked up on that aren't yours. They're an experience. They are a coming and a going. They are not your true nature. Your true nature is always light. It is always high vibrational. It's everything else that covers the smog, that creates this temporary illusion of pain, of suffering. So take a step back. Know that when you're in an environment, it may not be your energy, it may be someone else's. And know that that energy that you're experiencing can be cleared. You just got to not identify with it. Take a step back, let it go, and see what it requires. See what it requires to be shifted. It may be something that you need to shift, right? And there are many practices, there are many modalities that can help you to shift and cleanse that energy. I have a cleansing meditation online, but doing any type of sage ritual, jumping into an ocean, doing a meditation, going and sweating, eating very high vibrational foods. There's lots of things like chanting and prayer that you can do that are going to help you to cleanse your energetic field, come back to wholeness, and come back into your own energy. And this is one of the biggest reasons why we get caught up in that hermit phase that I was talking about, because we just want to be in our own energy. Because we're so sensitive, we've become so attuned to vibrations and frequencies that we don't want to feel that. We just want to feel what's ours. That's enough. It's enough to just feel what is ours. It's too much if we have to take on everyone else's problems. But over time, you will learn you're probably a healer, you're probably a light worker that's here to help people, that's here for a mission to make an impact on the world. You will learn that those sensitivities are actually gifts, but once you need to learn how to shape them, harness them, they're tools that you can use later on. because then you'll be able to tap into people's energy. You'll be able to know what they're feeling, know what they're experiencing. You're going to know how to help them. Powerful. And you'll even know what they're going through. You can tune into their energy centers. You can tune into what they've been feeling, why there's tension in their shoulders, why they're getting headaches. You can tune into anything, why anything is happening in their life, certain patterns, certain events that keep appearing. You can tune in and see what's happening under the covers, what's happening on a subconscious level. So it's a very powerful gift, and it just needs to be harnessed. And of course, there's time to be on your own, and then there's time we need to live in the real world, right? We need to just be able to do things. We can't just hide in a cave. We need to come back into the so-called matrix, quote unquote, and we need to change the matrix and bring our high energy into society. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and may you really welcome in this sensitivity, because it's a gift, and once it's harnessed, it becomes a superpower. Peace.